They came to his office one by one, Bachman, Gingrich, and others. But Arizona Sheriff Joe Arpaio, who joins us this morning, decided that Rick Perry is his man. Sheriff, welcome back to Houston's Morning News. Thanks for taking the time.
Well, thank you.
All right, why Rick Perry and none of the others? I understand you were pretty hard on the other candidates that came looking for your endorsement.
Well, I don't know about hard. They came to visit me in my office. We had nice conversations. They're all nice people, but I like the governor of Texas. He's doing a great job. He's a law and order guy, very positive towards veterans and cops, and he's done a lot about the illegal immigration at the border.
Sheriff Joe,
what else do you need?
The governor is also the guy that signed in the Texas Dream Act, which many would say lures illegals here to get an education in the state of Texas. That doesn't bother you at all?
Well, that was over 10 years ago, and it wasn't his bill. The legislature passed that bill. I think only 4 dissented. So why are we concerned about that? Everybody's talking to me about that. Why don't they say what the good things the governor did to fight immigration by sending the National Guard, DPS, Texas Rangers to patrol the border? What governor has ever sent that type of resources to patrol the border?
Joe, I like Perry. I do. I like him a lot. He's my governor. We've watched him stumble in debates as recently as yesterday, confusing the voting age with the drinking age. Do you think this could derail his campaign at all before it even really gets started?
No, you know what? It proves he's human. He's not a robot. He's not wind up at all these debates. He speaks from the heart. So everybody makes a mistake. Big deal. I mean, why are we worried about a couple verbal mistakes? That's not the big picture. That's disgusting, the way the media is covering him.
But we look at the average voter, you and I being right here, in these border states, understand. You go to a state like New Hampshire where there was a recent poll taken, only 4% of folks in the granted state even think illegal immigration is a real big problem. They don't put it in their top tier of problems. So I suppose in those states he's got a harder case to sell.
Well, he's got a lot of things he's talking about, not immigration only, about Washington cutting back Congress, which everybody agrees with. I was with him at all day at the town halls. I get a lot of great reception. And if you say illegal immigration is not important, it is up here. They may not publicize it, but people are concerned about immigration up here in New Hampshire. I've been here 2-3 times. When I come up here to speak, thousands come out to hear me. So they don't come out to hear about the pink underwear I make the MH wear.
We got to talk about that sometime, too. Sheriff Joe, if you would hang on just 1 second. Sheriff Joe Arpaio joining us this morning, as though you had any doubt. I want to ask you about Newt Gingrich's plan. We're talking about that, his plan for the illegals here, the legality as opposed to citizenship, being legal as opposed to being a citizen. Your thoughts on that? Is it amnesty? We'll get to the sheriff's answer to that question coming up.
You're back with more Matt Patrick.
KTRH News Time is 6:23. Joining us right now, Arizona Sheriff Joe Arpaio. Sheriff Joe, thanks so much for your time. Let me play something for you, then get your thoughts.
If you've come here recently, you have no ties to this country, you ought to go home, period. If you've been here 25 years and you have 3 kids and 2 grandkids, you've been paying taxes and obeying the law, you belong to a local church, I don't think we're going to separate you from your family, uproot you forcefully, and kick you out.
How you like that idea, Sheriff Joe?
Well, you still have to understand that being here illegally is still a crime. If he goes back to 25 years, okay, that's all right. Well, then it's going to inch up to 10 years, 5 years. So I don't really, I'm concerned about that. You open the door going to take advantage of that and keep a lot of the illegals here that should not be here. They should be deported and come back the right way.
You are in New Hampshire, coming back from New Hampshire, trying to get back to Arizona, where you've been with Rick Perry. And you were mentioning in our last break that you've been talking to some of the voters of the Granite State. I mentioned to you that in a university poll there, only 4% list immigration as a top concern. You say that it is a concern for the people in the Granite State. What are they telling you?
Well, they don't come up to me because I'm tall, dark, and handsome, which I'm not. They talk about immigration. They like what I'm doing about it. I'm from Massachusetts, and this is a bordering state. They have a big illegal immigration problem in Massachusetts. Nobody's doing anything about it. No, they are concerned. So I don't know about this poll, only 4%. I don't believe it.
All right, and Rick Perry is your guy, and do you feel, after talking with Governor Perry just within the last 24 to 48 hours, that he is going to stay in this race, that this is going to be a fight to the finish for him? He's got no intentions of backing up?
Yeah, you don't think Texans back down, do you? They're tough. He's tough. Maybe we need a Texas Ranger in the White House. No, he's not going to back down. Why should he back down? He's got the money, he's got the people, and he's got the charisma, so I don't expect him to back down.
And now he's got Sheriff Joe Arpaio giving him the endorsement. Sheriff, it is always a pleasure to have you on. I know you're trying to get back home. You're at the airport, so I'll let you get to your airplane. Thank you for your time, sir.
Thank you, and keep in touch.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's make sure we're keeping in touch with Sheriff Joe, who just endorsed Rick Perry.